Hi, I'm Steve Robertson, Managing Director of Wholesale Operations, and it gives me a special pleasure today to be introducing this video. Safety is at the top of my agenda. It should be at the top of yours as well. And in this year, where we've got a special focus on musculoskeletal injuries, the stuff that you're going to see today, I think, is of particular interest. In our working environment, slips, trips, falls, and lifts are all areas where we have to have a very special focus. And you know, sometimes it's the most trivial of actions that can have the most serious of outcomes. It's so easy in a working environment where we're very comfortable, we're used to doing the job, to take our eye off the ball for that vital second, not to take the time to do a proper risk assessment that would save us so much pain, heartache and money if we'd done so. The topic of this film is very important for every single one of us. It shows where, when and how we should be making those risk assessments. For the sake of your family, for your own sake, for the sake of our business, and for the sake of our customers, it's vital that we take this seriously. Safety is non-optional. It's not an extra, it's not an add-on. It has to be central to the way we do each and every job. It's an absolute indicator of our professionalism, our pride in workmanship, and the care that we take for ourselves, each other, and our working environment. So I recommend that you look at this video really carefully, you learn the lessons inside it, you don't take anything for granted. So let's be safe, let's be professional. Thanks very much.
I guess it all started when I saw the newspaper article about the hospice. But then come to think of it, I'd probably considered it when I'd watched it on telly last year. What I didn't know then was how much it would change my life and how everything can be lost just by a simple mistake. I could go back as far as my school days. I was always good at sports. Well, I was pretty hopeless at long jump and pole vault and things like that. My legs were too short, and I was useless at sprinting and hurdles. I found it easier to go under than try breaking my neck jumping over the damn things. No, what I was good at was stamina. Give me 1,500 metres and I was like a dog with a bone. Cross country and I was sure potentially in trainers.
I didn't think you were going to do that.
I never won, of course, no. That was always Andy Wilson. Dandy we used to call him. Don't ask me why. He won everything. I did come second once. The thing was, Dandy didn't like cross country because it was usually wet and muddy, so I got to run for the school. Now that gave me some kudos and a bit of respect. Well, up until I came last at Maidley. There was a kid behind me who dropped out, but effectively I came bottom of the list. The worst part was people clapped as I got to the finishing line. Everyone was clapped as they finished, but to me it felt like they were clapping out of sympathy. They felt sorry for me. That was just embarrassing, and the last time I did any long distance running. So it wasn't until I saw the article about the kids' hospice in the paper that I thought I might have another go. I don't normally do all that charity stuff, but well, I've got a good job, a nice home, kids, holidays and all that, and here are some kids who will never see that. I got a lot out of life, I should put something back. And anyway, I could do with losing a few pounds, and at my age I was beginning to think if I could still do it, running that is. Sarah actually said it was a good idea. Little did she know. I think she didn't quite believe me at first, but like I said, I'm like a dog with a bone. And to be honest, I didn't think I believed me at first either. But there it was in black and white. I was going to London to run 26 miles with another 2,000 people and raise £2,000 for terminally ill kids. It's a pity really, because I really tried hard, especially when the ball started rolling. There was no turning back.
Hi, BT engineer.
Hi, you alright?
Yeah, I'm Paul.
Hello, nice to meet you.
This way?
Yeah, sure.
It's just up here.
I went to visit some of the kids at the hospice, and I think that's what made my mind up. Once I'd said I'd do it, I couldn't let them down. Little did I know. It kind of made me feel important, and yeah, I felt good about myself. I was doing my bit. And it meant I could go and get some proper kit. Thus, I entered the world of the jogger. Have you been down to your local sports shop recently? When I was a kid, there was plimsolls, all the girls wore those, bumpers that used to have that rubbery pad on the ankle, and when you were really serious, you had a pair of Adidas trainers. And that was it. It was easy. Now, there was one entire wall of sport footwear in every colour, every fashion. Most looked like the boots Neil Armstrong wore on the moon. My Adidas trainers are now classic Adidas, simple lines with a retro feel. But they certainly don't have a retro price tag. I mean, they're a pair of trainers, for goodness sake. So I ended up buying a pair of comfy joggers that looked like I got lemon meringue strapped to my feet. And of course, I had to get a pair of those shiny shorts that gave me a rash and a baggy vest to disguise the belly. I did consider a headband, but it made me look more like a geriatric tennis player, so I settled for wristbands. As soon as I got back, I was out there. And as soon as I was out there, I wanted to get back. Within 5 minutes, my life was passing before me, in that moment before you pass out and die. The walk back took forever. It wasn't easy. None of it was easy, except my accident, of course.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
It took time, a long time. At first, I just ran around the block and that was enough. I realised pretty quickly I was unfit. I'd packed in smoking years ago, but after running my first mile it seemed like only yesterday. Every morning I'd wake up stiff as a board, and every morning I'd swear I'd pack it in. But once I got back from work and added a few more names to my sponsorship form, I realised it wasn't just the kids at the hospice I'd be letting down. And that was it. This thing was bigger than me. I couldn't just pack it in, and nothing was going to stop me. Or so I thought. It was great. The guys at work were behind me. Even the boss said I could have time off to train. The kids wanted to come running with me. It felt like I was becoming a local hero. People I never knew would nod or smile as I ran past. It wasn't long before I met up with some other people who were training for the marathon, and we'd all go out running together. We even started a regular night out down at the local at the weekend. Another opportunity to get more sponsorship. After about 2 months, I'd already got £1,000 and I was well into my second grand. The hospice were really supportive. Everyone was behind me. Even my evening massage from Sarah had its benefits. After 3 months, I did my first 10-mile run. 10 miles. I'd lost 2 stone in weight and I could eat a horse and not have to worry about it. To be honest, I think I worked better. The aches and pains didn't last long, and after a good run, I soon recovered. With only a month to go, I ran my first 20 miles. Now that is an achievement, and no easy thing. Everybody went on about the wall of red when you're supposed to be so exhausted you lose all coordination. But it didn't happen. I just kept on running. In, 1, 2, 3, breathe. In, 1, 2, 3, breathe. It was as simple as that. I could go on forever, and this time I didn't care if I came last because I was doing it for someone else. I never felt better. Until, well, that day. Then everything changed. Two days to go. That's all it was. 6 months of sweat and pain, all for nothing. It was just a normal day. A few meetings here and there and a couple of site visits. Nothing special. I was hoping to get away early so I could meet up with my fellow runners for a pre-marathon bevy. I treated myself to a pair of those classic Adidas trainers and new kit. I think I deserved them after all I'd done. And the proudest moment was when my number arrived. 911. Even my mum and dad had come down for the weekend. The local newspaper had been the week before and done a little piece about me in the hospice. They took a photo of me donned in sweatband and trainers holding a cheque for £2,500. It was due to come out on the Monday after the race. It was supposed to be a bit of good news. Everybody was very nice. They had that sycophantic smile. Oh well, they'd say, better luck next time. The thing is, the doctor's already hinting that there probably won't be a next time. Lesion to the upper and lower centre tendon. Or, running, you're knackered, mate. It was just like that time when I was last at school. Everybody clapping out of sympathy, but in reality it was just embarrassing. Only this time it was worse. Much worse. I'd let my workmates down, I'd let my wife and my kids down, the neighbours, and worst of all, the kids at the hospice. The time off work didn't help at all. Yes, I got better physically. Well, almost. I'd still have to go to physio. But I spent 3 months feeling terrible. And the worst thing was sitting watching the marathon on telly instead of actually being there myself. It was all so stupid and it needn't have happened. If only someone had just been thinking.